July 29th, 2005. A multiverse of opportunities has opened to the small world we once knew. Welcome to 9th edition, and welcome to modern progression. On Mirrodin, our filthy casuals battled to stop megamaniacal machinations of machine masters. On Kamigawa, they dueled spirits and samurai alike, as they set forth to stop a great war of ruinous power. Now, with the advent of 9th edition, they will once again have the chance to capture previously powerful spells, bolstering their collection of knowledge. Will they manage to—
Whoa, wait a sec. If you're looking for a series following professional players, analyzing Magic's vast catalog, and exploring its deep strategic gameplay, this isn't it. But after stumbling through a legacy of history, we're now taking our brand of chaos to new planes as we continue our journey. Join us as we open packs from each set, moving in chronological order, expanding our ever-growing collection, and of course, trying to one-up each other each episode. We're not modern masters making top 8 at your local game store. We're just some filthy casuals, and this is our Modern Progression series. Hello, lords, ladies, and everybody in the Twix. My name is Kurin.
My name's Colin.
And we are filthy... Perhaps you'd help me here.
You're Kurin. I'm Colin.
And together we are...
Good pals.
Okay. We are filthy something, where we always get what we want. Colin, it's good to see you, my friend. You know, this last band session has been quite spectacle. The boundaries in between are quite thin these days, so I thought I would come and join and have a taste of what this performance that you like to get into, you know?
Like play Magic?
Yes, play Magic, yes, of course, yes. That's what we're here to do, and unfortunately I cannot be staying long here. I must be going, but I will be seeing you sooner than you think.
Welcome to Modern Progression, everyone.
All right, Colin, sorry for the wait. I'm ready to record here. You ready to get going?
Yeah.
Yeah? It's been a while, man. I'm looking forward to this.
Do you own a blue button-up shirt?
Do I own a blue button-up shirt? Maybe. Not here, no. But let's get moving here. I know it's late over there, so do you want to do the clap here and we'll get going? Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody in between. My name's Colin. What's up? Is everything okay? You look a little...
No, I don't want to be weird, but there's like another you in your room.
There's like a metaphor, like...
No, like there's like you, but you had like a blue shirt on. You're kind of
Dude, you
messing the intro up.
You need to get some rest after this, man. Well, I don't want to keep you up too late. Sounds like you're tired.
Okay. I mean, you know what? Forget about it. Let's turn some virtual cardboard
sideways. Okay, I'm down. All right. My name's Kurin.
My name's Colin.
And we are Filthy Casuals, where we always keep you wanting more. Colin, we are back. Oh yeah, it's been a while, you know? It's been a while. We let them...
We always keep you wanting more.
That's right. That's right. You always come back. They always come back. Always come back. Sorry, that sounds a bit villainous. I'll temper it back a little bit. It is Modern Progression Season Dose, all right? We are back here. We just wrapped up Kamigawa and Mirrodin block. Exciting times, Colin.
Ninjas and robots.
Ninjas and robots. thoughts. But this upcoming season, Colin, we are going to one of our favorite planes of all time, and I won't spoil it, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be good.
Do you want me to spoil it?
No.
Fine, we're going to a magical, mystical place. But first, 9th edition.
First 9th edition. Yes, we have to do our quartet as per usual, and this one is no different than the others. Huge. It is a huge set. We're probably not going to get much out of it, but you never know. You never know. Maybe
how many cards, might I ask?
I think it's like 350 or something. Probably not going to get much out of it. We're not going to do a set review because these are all cards we've seen before. So we're going to get right into the pack openings. There's no wheels, but Colin, we're burying the lead because there might be some new people here watching our series. And to those people, welcome to Filthy Casuals. We are splitting a box between the two of us, Colin and I, 18 packs for him, 18 packs for myself, of each set going in chronological order. We started in alpha and beta, and we're all the way over to 9th edition, moving steadily forward. Collections grow, we build decks, we fling spells. It's a good time. So if you're a first-time watcher, don't need to have watched everything beforehand if you don't want to, but I do recommend going checking out some of our ban episodes in the past. Those are always good.
Pretty spicy.
Yeah, you'll find them in the intersections between each season of modern progression and legacy progression on our channel. Yeah, we are going to be opening packs throughout Magic's history, building decks, and seeing who is best. Team Lang, Team Croft, Lang Gang, Croft Crew. It's a good time to become a Filthy Casual subscriber. Oh, caught myself.
Did he?
You know what?
Did he? Oh.
Yeah, sorry, got caught in
my...
my...
Can we go back to the live replay quick?
It's a good time to become a Filthy Casual subscriber. Caught myself.
You know what? Let me pass it off to somebody.
It was close. It was close.
Let me pass it off to somebody who may have a better way of talking about this.
Hey, kid. It'd be a real shame if you didn't hit that like and subscribe button. Hope I don't have to ask twice.
Now that you've heard from our sponsor, yes, it would be wonderful if you could like the video, leave a comment, and if you're feeling especially spicy, we do have a Patreon down in the links description below. For as little as $2 a month, you can join our Discord community. Come hang out. We talk about stuff, early announcements, sneak peeks, trying to do more community events and that sort of stuff. We appreciate all the support.
Also help us build our decks.
If you are tier 2 or 3 patron right now, you are able to help us build our decks live. We love talking to you guys, and hopefully that is something you are also interested as a viewer. But Colin, enough about that. Let's talk about what's different, what's changing from last season. So a couple things. First off, we have some new bans. We banned some stuff. If you haven't seen the episode, go check it out. It's the one right before this episode. Yes, we have some new bans. So I'll put them up on the screen here. What got banned from last season. A lot of stuff that'll keep us thinking, keep us guessing, keep us making new decks. Our deck boxes. So for those that don't remember, we had up to 3 deck boxes that we were able to build our decks in, and we were able to unlock new deck boxes, clean them out, that sort of thing. I think last season, Colin and I both unlocked one, and we had 4 deck boxes by the end of it. We're going to clear those all out, except for one, and only bring 1 deck that we built from season 1 into season 2 here. That doesn't mean we can't rebuild those decks. It just gives us the flexibility to try new things with the new cards.
Exactly.
In addition to that, we will be reshaking the wheel up a bit, the Victor's Wheel and the Wheel of Fortune. Some of the stuff will be familiar, merchants and tutors, but they've been updated and refactored to be more enjoyable to watch on your guys' end and spice up the series a little bit more.
A little more consistently hitting cards.
That's right, that's right. And for those that don't know what the wheels are, you'll learn all about them in the next episode, so don't worry about that. We also each get 1 mana potion, which you can get more of from our wheels, and a mana potion will allow us to expend it to basically add, remove, or change a color in a deck box. So those will be a bit more of a currency thing that we can use throughout the series, rather than just being kind of a dud on the wheel that we don't want to use when we roll it. So that should be fun. But with that, those are all the updates and changes. There'll be some other things that might come up here and there, like I said, with the wheels as we move forward. But Colin, I think we have made people wait long enough. You know, I won last season, so you're gonna have to come back if you want to make a mark for yourself in Modern Progression.
It's true. I'm technically seasonless right now.
You're seasonless. That's right. That's right. But you won Legacy Progression by a hair. So will you be able to do the same here?
I would say quite convincingly.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, it's gonna be fun and interesting. We had quite a bout last season, so I'm interested to see how it goes. It got close. It got real close, uncomfortably close even. From that, you know, I got an unban. I unbanned Masticore. That's gonna be something to look out for.
I feel like that definitely upgrades some of your existing decks. So I am curious to see what you hold on to.
I have some ideas. Brewing. From my victory wild card last season for winning, I grabbed another copy of Aether Vials. So that's going to make for some interesting build arounds as well.
Some interesting tech happening over there at Lang Gang side.
The Barony of Lang, as some have called us. Don't worry about it. Anyways.
Well, what's going on there?
It's fine. It's rumors and hearsay. By the way, I heard something about you and a hill giant. Like maybe like I heard like you maybe dated a hill giant in college or something.
What are you talking about?
Is that real news? I just heard it over the Aether Storm, you know?
Sounds like you're making up rumors, Kieran.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I won't pry too much in your personal life, but I am curious. I'm curious how that works. Hey. There's a size dynamic there that I'm just like...
I'm just saying, all, you know, hill giant love, whatever kind of love, it's all love, baby.
That's fair. We don't see as many hill giants these days as we used to.
Yeah, I wonder how that transpired.
Weird. Yeah, I don't know. Nobody in the comments let anyone else know how that transpired, because it's probably just there's a lot of hearsay and rumors around that, and I just don't want things getting out of control. So we want to respect around this community and not to
yeah, we don't want to exterminate populations
too much into it. Who burned all my libraries down?
You know, we don't fully condone book burning on this channel, but...
But? Alright, enough of this.
Something's gotta burn.
Well, we'll see who's burning by the end of this episode, Colin. I wish you the best of luck with your pack openings, 9th edition. And,
you too, sir. Hopefully we can bolster some goodies.
I hope we get some goodies to play with, and I'll catch you in the games.
See you on the flip side. All right, we are here with 9th edition core set extension, 359 cards. Technically, they're all printed twice in white and black border, but we're gonna open 18 packs. We're gonna see what we get. We have seen all these cards before, so I'll try not to go too in depth. I'll only point out the stuff that comes up. Here we go. Oh, off the bat, we see the Yavimaya Enchantress. It's 3 mana 2/2 uncommon. It gets +1/+1 for each enchantment in play. Somewhat red flags because Kurin had a very strong enchantment deck last season, so maybe we should have banned a little more from that. But you know, we'll see. Maybe he doesn't get stuff to bolster that deck and we're totally fine. Honestly, he may not even take that deck into the new series. He can only pick one, so maybe we're safe. Totally won't bite us in the butt, right?
All right, Lang Gang, we are here. Season 2 of Modern Progression series, and boy, am I excited to get back to playing some Magic with Colin and hopefully kicking his ass. So today we are in 9th edition core set. We're getting close to the period of time, if I'm not mistaken, where core sets start to get a little poopy. They've always been kind of okay, but you know, I think, you know, you go back to like 4th edition core set that had like Sylvan Library and stuff, right? So I think we're gonna start to see less and less power in these core sets, but they still have a few cards that we're looking for, and hopefully we can pick them up today. 18 packs, half a box, splitting with Colin. No time like the present. Let's get going. Sort by rarity. And very interestingly, the first pack rare is Rook Egg, which I'm pretty sure we have a play set of. Now, the funny thing about Rook Egg is that it's been on my mind. It's been on my mind. So for those OG fans that have been around since early Legacy Progression, you know that I made a deck, Rook Egg, Sacrifice, Turbo, whatever, trying to sacrifice Rook Eggs and other cards that benefit from being sacrificed to basically fuel a strategy. And coming up with some upcoming sets, specifically some Hellbenty sets. For those that don't know, Rakdos is a guild color black and red that I am excited to get into. I think we can maybe come up with a Rook Egg black and red strategy. I don't think this card is past its prime. I think a 4 mana 0/3 that when it dies creates a 4/4 flyer is still relevant. It's a little expensive, but I think we can still make it work. Flash Fires gives me PTSD because Colin used it on me at the end of Legacy Progression and basically wiped me out with it.
Awesome. Second pack here, we see Battlefield Forge. Don't hate it. It's not the best dual land, but it is a dual land in the rare slot. Given how many cards are in this set, we'll take it. Also, Telepathy seems kind of interesting. I feel like we probably have a few of these, but a 1 mana, your opponent play with their hand reveal. It's not a card that's gonna like necessarily help you win like more, but having that information can be quite useful depending on the deck that Kurin is playing. So potentially maybe a sideboard card if we play a blue deck again. Who knows? Tidal Kraken. Okay, interesting. It's not a terrible rare, I guess. 9 mana for a 6/6 unblockable is kind of a lot, but it is unblockable. Could potentially be played in our Arcades deck. We also see an Urza land, which is always welcoming more of those. I don't think I have a full playset of every single one yet. Can't remember which one we're missing, but if it's the one we need, that is amazing.
All right, next pack here. Battle of Wits. I didn't actually see this one when we were looking through the spoilers. Hopefully Colin doesn't open them and get any ideas. A Battle of Wits deck would be very funny. I don't think we have the pieces to facilitate it, but it would be funny to throw that back in Colin's face. We got another Curd Ape. I think we already have a playset of this, but if we don't, that's great. We use this to much effect in our Unhinged episode with Uktabi Kong, so that's funny to see. Also, Necrotal might be a card we don't have a full playset of either, so it's nice to see that as well. I will say it is very strange to see Kamigawa and Mirrodin cards in this core set. It's just something like, I don't know, we were in legacy progression for so long that seeing modern cards is still just kind of weird to me. All right, next pack here, what do we get? That is excellent. Okay, we got Worship, copy number 2. I love this card. 4 mana enchantment in white. If you control a creature, damage that would reduce your life total to less than 1 reduces it to 1 instead. We actually used this last season to pretty decent effect. Having a second copy is very nice. It can basically slot into a lot of white decks and sideboards, especially against decks like aggro. Colin loves his mono red goblin and burn decks. So Worship is a great pick for that because he basically has to grind through our creatures before he can start killing us. Yeah, great card to pick up. Lay Druids, whatever. See Urza's Tower, but I think we already have all of the Urza lands. Colin hasn't banned it yet, so I guess he's aiming to potentially make some use of it as well. I do think it's nice to keep it in the series. It does open up for some interesting deck opportunities between the two of us.
Jeez, that's such an intense card name. I don't remember this one. Death Pits of Wrath. Chill, man. 5 mana enchantment. Whenever a creature is dealt damage, destroy it. It can't be regenerated. That's intense, man. Death Pits of Wrath. Wow, nice. Probably one of the better rares we could have pulled actually is Phyrexian Arena, so it's nice to see one. I believe we've got one of these already, but I will always take more as it's quite a useful card. Maybe not so much in the 60 card versus 60 card format, more so in Commander, but hey man, I'll take any card draw sources I can get because they're getting harder and harder to come by with the bans.
Okay, our last pack was a bit subpar. Let's see if we can get something good here as we approach halfway. Storage Matrix, 3 mana artifact. As long as it is untapped, each player chooses artifact, creatures, or lands. During untap step, that player can untap only permanents of the chosen type. That's actually kind of nice as like a stacks piece, like something that we can basically build a lockdown deck around. We actually do have a copy of Stasis, which I know is a miserable card, but we've never used it. And Storage Matrix is another piece of that kind of deck, where if we want to make Colin's life absolutely miserable, we have the opportunity to do so. Diabolic Tutor though, 4 mana, search your library for a card, put in your hand. This is probably the best tutor we have now that Colin has gotten rid of our Diabolic Intent and every other tutor under the sun. Though to be fair, I did get rid of Sylvan Tutor as well, so it is partially my fault. I think the only tutor left that's really powerful might be the blue one, not Mystic, that definitely got banned, but Personal Tutor.
Ooh, that's actually a pretty sweet pickup as well. We're getting pretty lucky with the rares considering how many whiffs there are, but we got a Hypnotic Spectre. 3 mana 2/2 flyer. It's a Spectre. Whenever Hypnotic Spectre deals damage to an opponent, that player discards a card at random. We might have a deck that could fit in quite well, even though we're mostly Shinobi based. It is a flying creature, or not Shinobi based, Ninjutsu based, even though it's a flying creature, so we could get Ninjutsu off actually quite nicely. It's also potentially a turn 1 play of Dark Ritual, which actually is pretty powerful. It's a lot of eggs in a basket, but you know, the sooner we can start getting card advantage in that deck, the better. Man, we're getting a lot of Urza's power plants. Hopefully we get other Urza's lands that we need.
All right, next pack. I'd say right now 9th edition has treated us bad, not bad. But I would like to see a few cards that I know are in the set. Worship is a good start, but can we get something in this? Verdant Force, it's okay. 8 mana, 7/7. Beginning of each player's upkeep, get a 1/1 sap ruling. I don't hate this card. I think we haven't really tried the mono green ramp strategy, and I think we already have a Verdant Force or equivalent. So getting just some really powerful mono green creatures that we can ramp into could be fun. Also nice to see Ornithopter. I'm not sure. I know these got printed in Mirrodin, but I don't know if we actually have a playset of them. So those are nice to see as well. Also, can I just say Foot Soldiers might be the most generic card I've ever seen, both in art, name, and like just everything flavor. I didn't even know this card existed until I saw this set. Man, we're getting like crazy amounts of Necrotals. Also Underworld Dreams. We're getting really good with our pulls here. It's kind of crazy. I was expecting to get like Aladdin's rings and stuff like that, but some of these cards actually feel probably kind of playable. Stoked. Oof, hate to see it. As soon as I started talking about all the amazing rares we got a banned one. A good one, but a banned one. Oh shit, no, I didn't ban this card. Oh fuck, I fucked up. I mean, that's good for me, I guess. Verduran Enchantress. We could get on Kurin's freaking enchantment game now. I mean, I only have one compared to Kurin. I think it has like 3 or something. But that's another good rare to pull. We're getting super lucky. This is wild. All right, next pack here. We're into the bottom half. What do we get? Yavimaya Coast. That is very nice to see. Any dual lands are nice. We don't have many. Colin has more than us, so very glad to pick up a copy of that. Megrim as well gives us a second copy. I think that puts us at 3 or 4 copies in our collection overall, so we could do a discard deck. Does bode well if we want to go into like Dimir, blue and black, or Rakdos, black and red, coming into the Ravnica block. Yeah, not a bad pack. All right, Yavimaya Coast just came off the last pack. What do we get in this next pack? A Booby Trap. 6 mana. As Booby Trap comes into play, name a card other than basic land and choose an opponent. The chosen player reveals each card that they draw, and when the chosen player draws the named card, sacrifice Booby Trap. If you do, Booby Trap deals 10 damage to that player. This is very funny. This is a very funny card, because at first you think this isn't a very good card. Considering, like, look at down here, by the way, just all the goblins. I was just about to speak to the goblins. Colin's playing a goblin deck, and he uses goblin, is it Ringleader? I can't remember exactly which goblin, but it's the one that stacks his deck. Goblin Recruiter, I think, stacks his deck. We know what he's gonna play at that point. Throwing down a Booby Trap for 10 damage is quite funny. This is a very interesting design. I wish we saw more stuff like this in Modern Magic. I guess it is a little slow, but the nice thing about this too is that you get to see every card they draw. Is that worth 6 mana? Probably not, but I don't know. It's colorless, can fit into a lot of decks. Swarm of Rats is also really nice to see. Power and toughness equal the number of rats you control. I do like the rat archetype. We didn't get a lot out of Kamigawa in terms of rats, but something to keep in mind. Interesting. So this is the second one we've opened actually in these packs. Natural Affinity, 3 mana instant until end of turn. All lands become 2/2 creatures that are still lands. That could actually potentially play in our Arcades deck, I think, because we're so good at getting lands out in the first place. Having them all then swing to be attackers or blockers is kind of a nice little trick up our sleeves. We gotta maybe consider running this because we need to replace the Plowlanders anyways if we do end up choosing that deck to be played again. Could be a nice little curveball. See if Kurin can handle it. All right, next pack here. Let's see what we get. Phyrexian Arena. Okay, and Nantuko Husk is also a pretty good card. 3 mana, 2/2, sack a creature to get +2/+2. We love sack outlets, and it's pretty cheap to boot. Phyrexian Arena is a fantastic card. I know Colin has a copy of this already. 3 mana, enchantment, beginning of your upkeep, you draw a card and lose a life. This basically slots into any deck that's playing 2 colors with black. Maybe even 3 colors, to be quite honest. This is just a really solid card draw engine. All right, can we get another Phyrexian Arena or another Worship? Maybe another dual land? Let's find out. Oh, what a way to insult me. Marble Titan. We just lost our Opal Titan in the ban episode. 4 mana, 3/3. Creatures of power 3 or greater don't untap during their controller's untap step. That's it. That's really funny. Colin's banned 2 cards of ours. Opal Titan from last season. And then in Legacy Progression, he banned Meekstone, which basically is the same effect. Creatures of power 3 or greater don't untap. It's a much better card, obviously, but to see those 2 cards combined into Marble Titan is kind of appropriate. I do like that. Ooh, another classic, Furnace of Wrath. If a source would deal damage to a creature or player, it deals double that damage to that creature or player instead. High risk, high reward. I respect it. Will I play it? I do not know. I feel like it's a little risky to play unless, I mean, maybe if the goblins can get like a foothold into something, then maybe we can do it, but I don't know. It seems pretty risky, especially against the kind of decks that Kurin likes to run. Hill Giant. How did that get in there? I thought they were extinct. Actually, Seething Song's not bad either. 3 mana, add add 5 to your mana pool. It is used in some, like, I think it's used in some storm type decks where you generate a ton of mana. Baleful Stare is actually really funny too. I was about to discount this whole pack, but Baleful Stare is 3 mana sorcery. Target opponent reveals their hand. You draw a card for each mountain and red card in it. If this is in our sideboard and Colin plays mono red, this could be like a 3 mana draw 4 or a 3 mana draw 5, which is obscene. So we actually really should keep a lookout for more of these. I don't know if we open any before this, and definitely slot them into any of our blue decks if we'd always playing red. All right, we're getting into the bottom third for sure. I think we only have a few packs left. Can we get something exciting? Another booby trap. In my head, I was thinking it'd be really funny to get multiple copies of it. I wasn't expecting it. Oh my god, do we have to play a booby trap deck now? They are very funny. We do have ways of tutoring. Okay, let me break it down. Urzatron, artifact searching, booby trap combo. I'm not gonna lie, it is very tempting. It is very tempting. I actually didn't have too much of an idea of what I wanted to do today, other than maybe play around with the idea of the Masticores or the Aether Vials that we got from last season. But booby trap could be a play, could be unexpected.
Wow, Baleful Stare is actually pretty freaking good. I wonder if Kurin has this card. It'd be so good against my Goblin deck. A Baleful Stare is 3 mana. Target opponent reveals his or her hand. You draw a card for each mountain and red card in it. So you're playing a mono red deck. That's like, if there is a hand, you basically just get to draw a ton of cards. It seems pretty good counterattack. You'll see Yawgmoth Demon, 6/6 flyer, first strike, 6 mana. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may sacrifice an artifact. If you don't, Yawgmoth Demon, or tap Yawgmoth Demon, it deals 2 damage to you. I mean, the discount on the 6/6 flyer is good, but we're entering a territory where creatures are like that good anyways. So the extra upkeep costs may be a little annoying unless you can synergize it with an artifact sack thing, which maybe is part of Kurin's ATOG deck. But again, 6 mana, Kurin has faster ways to kill me than this. Oh, that's the last one too. Wow, okay. So overall, our openings I think were pretty decent. Like, given the amount of variety in this, we got some pretty good cards, especially in the rare slot. You know, I wasn't really expecting much. I was honestly ready to kind of run back one of our old decks just like straight up, unless we got some inspiring things happen. And I don't know, I have some ideas. I'm wondering if we should just run back something we know the fan favorite Gobos. We can always put some pressure on Kurin with that. We've also got another crazy potential in Arcady Sabbath. We always have the discard deck too, which got a few little upgrades here and there as well. So we could run back one of our originals, or we can try to thought brew something. My inclination is maybe save that for a new set and try to like expand, but we'll see. We'll disseminate, we'll make a deck, we'll see how it goes. We'll bring the heat to Kurin, see what he can handle. Start off the second season. Hopefully we get on a good foot and put the pedal to the frickin' metal to this guy. See what he can handle. See you homies on the other side.
All right, I think this might be our last pack. We might have one more after this. Let's just pull off the band-aid. Utopia Tree is actually really good. 2 mana, 0/2 add-on of any color. It's not quite Birds of Paradise, but it's a 0/2, and I wish it had reach. For a 2 mana mana dork guy, not too bad. Nantuko Husk is good too. We probably have a play set of that by now. Do we have another pack? No, that was everything. So overall, given the amount of cards in the set, I'm pretty happy with our pulls. Utopia Tree's a great pick. Actually, let's go to the top here. Let's go sort by rarity here. So Battle of Wits is funny. Don't think we're ever gonna use it. Double Booby Trap is very deck buildy memey. Marble Titan's not a bad card in white, especially because Colin has removed our Mother of Runes and our Opal Titan from our collection. Rook Egg sparks some ideas. Storage Matrix is a good Floodgate card. Phyrexian Arena's an incredible black card. Trade Routes could be good if we have another copy. We have a second copy of Worship. We unlock some more power green cards, double lands, ramp. This is probably the best we could have asked for in 9th edition. Looking at uncommons here, we got this Baleful Stare I think could be really funny. I guess Diabolic Tutor is pretty cool too. The double Meagrams, Nantuko Husk, Swarm of Rats. The commons aren't much to write home about, but to be honest, I think this was a really good opening. I'm really excited to kind of deck build and see what I got brewing. I'm excited to share with you guys the deck that came over from season 1. Let me know down in the comments if it's what you expected. I'm gonna jump into the deck building and I'll catch you guys in our deck profiles.
Well, we had a time in deck building, but before we get to that, I have an announcement to make. We are carrying over our Bant deck, for better or worse, into a Ravnica set, which is focused on 2-color guilds. We are bringing a 3-color Bant deck with a mana potion in our back pocket. So the Arcades Sabbath deck is back, and we re-kitted it. We retooled it. We're gonna throw a bit of a curveball at Kurin. I'm a little concerned it's not throwing as much heat, but he's not fully gonna understand what's happening, I think, until it happens. So the most notable pull we got out of our, maybe not the most notable, but one of the notable pulls we got out of our 9th edition was Natural Affinity, which is a 3-mana instant. Until end of turn, all lands become 2/2 creatures that are still lands. What is the Bant deck good at? Not only getting out giant creatures, but playing a shit ton of lands to get those creatures. So in an effort to make this cheeky play, we have switched our strategy from getting out big creatures to getting out lots of little creatures, and then eventually swinging up a crap ton of lands to blindside Kurin. Hopefully overwhelm him wide instead of big. So to facilitate this strategy, we of course kept our deranged hermits. We got Joriel, Empress of Beasts, to make use of our land beyond Natural Affinity, which is 5 mana 3/3, pretty steep, but pay 3 mana, tap, discard 2 cards. Until end of turn, all lands target player controls are 3/3 creatures that are still lands. So another way to swing out with our massive land force. We have some Soul Wardens to hopefully keep us alive through this whole process, because we don't have a ton of big board wipey defense. We've got some Squirrel Wranglers to also make use of our lands. It's a 4 mana 2/2. You can pay 2, sacrifice a land, create 2 1/1 green squirrel creature tokens. You can pay 2, sacrifice a land, squirrel creatures you control, or squirrel creatures in general, actually, my mistake, get +1/+1 until end of turn. So hopefully Kurin isn't playing squirrels, or else it's going to blow up in our face real quick. Of course, we're pairing our Squirrel Wranglers with our Deranged Hermits, who are also squirrel friends. As you all know, this is a classic 5 mana 1/1. When Deranged Hermit comes into play, put 4 squirrel tokens into play. Treat these tokens as 1/1 green creatures, and also all squirrels get +1/+1. The steep side of it is the echo cost. We also have another creature that is able to support our lands, Troublesome Spirit, 4 mana 3/4 flyer. At the end of your turn, tap all lands you control. So, fuck, I totally misread that card. For some defense, we've got some pacifisms to kind of hopefully slow some creatures down that Kurin is trying to swing out with us. We have some other styles of removal in our sideboard, but we have crazy card draw and land playing to facilitate this land heavy strategy. We've got Brainstorms, we got Factor Fictions, Kodama's Reach, we've got Skyshroud Claims, so we're going to be getting a ton of draw, a ton of lands in our hand to hopefully then overwhelm Kurin with nature. We also have some board wipey control stuff as well. Wrath of God, Solar Tide, so we can bide our time a little bit if our little squirrel army can't keep up. We also have some nice sorceries to come in swinging. We have 1 Dozen Eyes, which is a 6 mana Entwine cost card, but you can either put a 5/5 green beast or 5/1/1 insect creatures. Entwine, you get both. We also have Crush of Worms, the classic flood the board with worms. So hopefully we can overwhelm Kurin with this deck, also buying us enough time through dinky bodies at the start. All of this will be hopefully getting us help through the Soul Wardens, and hopefully Kurin will just not have enough answers for these kind of like multi-pronged nature wave attack. Of course, though, we cannot forget our boys, Arcades Sabbath, who is the general of this army, who is the namesake of this deck. Honestly, I felt like I needed to put him in because he is like, I don't know, the mascot, man. And like, honestly, I might just mana potion this deck once we actually get into Ravnica, and we might not be able to play him again. So Arcades, my boy, we're gonna do one last crazy run. We've abandoned our good strategy for a weird janky strategy that Kurin hopefully won't pay attention to. We've got some juicy stuff in our sideboard to maybe ground us a little bit. We've got our Ariok Champions in case Kurin is running Atog. We've got Palancron, which was a classic kind of like get a big creature out and then still have enough mana to play something else, a big swing card. We had Energy Flux, so artifact upkeep in case Kurin's bringing back an artifact strategy. We've got our Altar's Light to help deal with that. We've got Aura Mutation to help deal with enchantments. We've got Change of Heart to help deal with Atog. We've got counter spells if our pacifisms aren't getting the job done. We've got Unsummons if our counter spells and pacifisms aren't getting the job done. Voltani's Decree, more our enchantment hate, as well as Reduced to Dreams, which is artifact and enchantment hate as well. So we're pretty kitted in our sideboard to deal with previous decks. We'll see if Kurin brings any of those. Otherwise, I'm not too sure what to expect. Maybe should have ran some Tormod's Crypts or something just in case, but we'll see. It's game 1, it's 9th edition. Let's see if we can stick it to Kurin and get a leg up in this season. We'll see what happens. See you guys in game 1.
Oh, what have I done? All right, so Colin was generous enough in accepting the idea that we would choose which deck box to bring over after we opened our packs today. And so I was originally going to bring Tog Industries over from Season 1, because I think it was the deck that honestly needed the least amount of fixing up. However, after today's openings, I made the terrible decision, well, for better or for worse, I decided to bring back Tron. Now, it used to be Tron Smash, and it does still have some of that Smash element to it, because remember, the decks can't change too much from their core theme, but I kind of see this deck as more of a Tron deck than a Smash deck. Without further ado, here is what I'm calling Tron Trick or Treat. I don't know, something like that, because I couldn't help build a deck around a Booby Trap today. Booby Trap is a 6-mana artifact that comes into play, name a card other than a basic land and choose an opponent. Chosen player reveals all their draws, and when the chosen player draws the named card, you sacrifice the Booby Trap to deal 10 damage to that player. Now, in theory, if we get both Booby Traps, unlikely, but if we did, we could kill Colin. But this deck is a bit of a monstrosity. I ended up cutting a lot of stuff. I got to that point in deck building where I had to start making cuts, and I just felt like the deck was starting to fall apart at the seams at that point. But here we are. We needed to film the episode, and I couldn't wait any longer. So this will be the first iteration. Maybe we can improve on it if it goes terribly wrong, but this is kind of a control style Urzatron deck with a little more emphasis on colors than I'd like. So to start off, we only have 3 copies of each Urza land, but we do have our 4 crop rotations to hopefully get into them. We do have 2 Yavimaya Coasts now, so we're in green and blue Simic colors, 3 Tree of Tales, 3 Seed of Synod, an Island, a Glimmer Void, and a City of Brass. We want to be able to get up to like 3 green mana and 2 blue mana if possible, so that's where I'm a little worried. The reason for that is because our creatures, we removed the Colossuses and the Phyrexian Titans or whatever they were called. In lieu, we have Verdant Force and Living Hive. Living Hive is 8 mana 6/6 trample, deals damage, you get that many 1/1 tokens. And Verdant Force is an 8 mana 7/7, beginning of each player's upkeep, you get a 1/1 Saproling. So they kind of generate a lot of board presence. And I also brought in a double Thicket Elemental because we're only playing these 6 creatures. I know, it's crazy, maybe it's terrible, but I was hoping that if Thicket Elemental gets kicked, the chances are that we'll hit a Verdant Force or a Living Hive. And at that point, we get basically a 4/4 body as well as one of these big bodies. Of course, we can play Verdant Force or Living Hive with the Urzatron mana, but we are hoping that the Thicket Elemental kind of pays off. So that's kind of our little creature package. As for our combo package, we have the Booby Traps. We're going to be searching for the Booby Traps with our Reshape and our Transmute Artifact. We can find the Transmute Artifact with our 2 personal tutors, which can get for sorcery spells. And then to make sure Colin has what we want him to have on top of his deck, we are running a couple of cards. We're running Temporal Spring, 3 mana, put a permanent on top of its owner's library, as well as 3 copies of Memory Lapse and 1 copy of Hinder, which can each counter a spell and put it on top of his library. If we can stack his deck to have what we want on it, then we can basically guarantee 10 damage with the Booby Trap. Is that good? Probably not, but we're gonna try to Booby Trap Colin. Apparently he's playing a jank deck today, so maybe it'll work out. We also have our Merchant Scrolls, which can search for our instants, including the Memory Lapses, Hinder, crop rotations. We have 2 counter spells. So we have Hurricane here as kind of an alternate additional win thing where it's kind of like a green fireball that hits both of us. But we're also running a bit of control with double Blood Clock, Storage Matrix, Umbilicus. So Blood Clocks and Umbilicus have basically the same effect, which is the beginning of each upkeep. The player whose turn it is has to return a permanent to their hand or take 2 damage, lose 2 life. And then Storage Matrix basically means that each player, each upkeep has to choose lands, creatures, or artifacts and can only untap those cards, which will really slow down Colin, hopefully. So between those cards to slow him down and Umbilicus Blood Clocks to hopefully ping him for a couple more damage than us, we can hopefully get in for a Hurricane kill or a Booby Trap kill. We also are running the Curse Scroll, which is a card that has shown up a lot in like powerful cards of like ye olde days. But basically you name a card, the opponent chooses a random card, and if they choose the card you named, you do 2 damage to a player or a creature. So it can ping his creatures, it can ping him. It's really good if we only have like 1 or 2 cards in hand, we basically can guarantee it. And then lastly, we have Chrome Mox and 3 Welding Jars. Now, these are not only to protect our Booby Trap and other artifacts, but or gain mana, but also can go to the Blood Clocks and the Storage Matrix. I guess the Chrome Mox, actually the Chrome Mox could as well. It is a May effect, it just won't generate mana. But basically these 0 mana artifacts are going to allow us to return them for free with Blood Clock or Umbilicus and then pull them back on the field for next turn, forcing Colin to have to pitch back his permanents to hand while we have an easy way out of it. And that is Tron Trick or Treat. We'll see if it works. Tron Traps. I don't know what to call this deck. Let me know down in the comments what you think. In our sideboard, we have 3 Tormod's Crypt, which are more 0 mana artifacts. If he's running a graveyard-based strategy, it can work for that. Intruder Alarm, Propaganda, and War Tax are great, as well as Fade Away for if he's running a lot of creatures or going wide. Mana Breach basically slows him down even more. 3 mana, play a spell, return a land to your hand. Kind of hits us both, so don't know if I'll bring this in. Baleful Stare if he is playing red. Briber if he's playing big creatures like Arcades and that sort of stuff. Fallow Earth can top one of his lands if he's on like a lot of non-basic lands, because we can top a non-basic land and call out with Booby Trap. And then Stream of Life if we need the extra life gain or to get around the damage that we're going to be doing ourselves. Oh, did I mention we're bringing Serum Powder so we can potentially mulligan 12 at the start of the game? We're going to see if that's broken or not. Wish me luck. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but we're going to find out. Colin, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. We're coming into season 2 of Modern Progression, swinging our filthy casual clubs. I don't know. How are you feeling about your deck?
We'll see how it goes. You know, it's there may be some familiar tones you're used to, but with a few twists.
Okay. Okay. I'll tell you this. I'm playing a deck from last season.
Okay.
But with a big twist.
Okay. Got you.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm curious to see what it is. Let me guess, it's ATOG without the ATOGs.
It might be. It might be. I don't think you'll expect this, and I definitely don't think you'll expect my win conditions. So,
okay, interesting.
How was your 9th edition pack openings?
Honestly, it was surprisingly better than I thought it was gonna be. You know, there's a lot of cards in that set. There's a lot of Aladdin's rings. There's a lot of weird stuff. Luckily, I managed to dodge most of them, and I'm actually pretty happy with my pulls overall.
Yeah, I feel the same. I was pretty low expectations on it, and I ended up getting a lot of cards that I can see myself playing. So, yeah, 9th edition, not too shabby. Yeah. Not too shabby.
Ain't too bad.
Ain't too bad.
Best core yet?
Maybe, perhaps, especially for drawing. Well, Colin, the clock is started. Just for those who are new, we have an hour and a half on our clock for a best 2 out of 3. If we go to time, which we did last season, we will be going to turns, and then who knows what the hell's going to happen then. Oh, yeah. But
hopefully we don't go to turns today.
Maybe. My deck is slow, so we'll see. Let's shuffle up here and roll a die. 20-sided die. You got a 17, I got a 5, so I imagine you were going first.
Give it to me.
For those that are just joining, we're doing partial mulligan. We're going to draw 12 cards and then put 5 back into our deck and shuffle it. It's worked well for us. We used to have another mulligan system. We basically just want to create the best games possible without as many blowouts as we can avoid.
In some of those early seasons, it was getting a little rough on the blowout front.
It's true. So best of luck. Let's see what we get here.
Best of luck to you
Holy
too, sir.
Fucking hell. This is an awful hand. This is so bad. Oh no. I might have to scoop game 1. This is that bad.
Really?
This is that bad. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
We'll see.
You might have to scoop game 1. Did you put enough lands in your deck, Kurin?
I did go a little light on lands, but
no.
We'll see. 20 lands.
Okay.
You know me. I drew, Colin, 2/3 of my creatures.
What is your deck? Even if that's all 12 cards.
I don't want to draw that many. I'm going to be pitching these 5 cards, you can see. I don't need this because I have this, and I definitely don't need these. So
excellent. I am going to be pitching these cards down here on the left. See how it goes.
All right. Well, Colin, you're first. Best of luck.
First. I do have a turn 1 play.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. That's a little alarming.
It is a Plains.
Oh, it's going white.
Plains. Play a Soul Warden.
Oh, okay. Here's the question: Is this Bant? I guess we'll find out. Untap, upkeep, draw.
All season mono white, baby. Let's do it.
Dude, my deck is trolling me. My deck is trolling me.
There could be a tipping point. If you don't have a lot of creatures, my Soul Wardens aren't actually as good as they could be.
You have a Maya Coast.
Okay.
Pass to you.
Enchantments, untap.
Maybe I use my mana potion.
Turn 1 mana potion. I guess I do it. I will play a
Maya Coast.
Wow. And then I guess I'll take the free damage. First blood of the season.
I'll take a point of damage.
I'll pass turn to you.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Untap. No Lalanor Elves. Upkeep. draw. Oh god, Colin. Pass to you.
On your end step, I'll pay 1. Take a damage and brainstorm.
Yeah, I wish I had a brainstorm.
It's 3, then 2 on top. I'm just gonna say it out loud, so I'm not cheating. Ooh, what do we even want out of these? These are all kind of... Oh, I will put that there and that there. Okay.
I probably got the most unfortunate combination of cards in my deck. I'm like thinking about it, and I'm like, holy shit. Any other combination would have been fine.
I mean, lucky me, I guess.
Yeah, free win.
Untap, upkeep, draw. What do you know? I will play a Pendelhaven.
It's a good one.
And then I'll pay 3 mana to play Kodama's Reach.
Yep.
And I will grab a forest and an island.
Okay.
And then it's 1 in tapped and 1 in hand. So I guess I'll just do this. Doesn't particularly matter right now. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Take your damage.
Take my damage.
Pass the turn. Sword and MVP. Highest damaging creature of the season so far. Hasn't even healed anyone.
Do I have anything in my deck that's worth playing this? I don't think so. Oh, I realized I had a discard last turn and I didn't. So
cheat count 1.
I'm gonna cheat count 1. So I'm gonna discard from I'll discard Hinder.
Okay.
And then this turn I'll discard Personal Tutor.
Oh, interesting.
And I'll pass you.
Okay. It's gonna be really embarrassing when I can't kill you on tap. Upkeep.
Yeah.
Main 1. At least I don't have like plow unders or something still, because that would be like, oh, I can finally play the game. Never mind.
Yeah, that is very thankful for me.
I'll play an island, I suppose.
What
10. I'll play.
Do I have in my future?
Should I play it? It'll kind of reveal my strategy, but it'll be funny. I'll have to take a damage to do this. No, I got 2 forests. Okay, I'll pay 5 to play Joriel, Empress of Beasts, and gain a life.
Discard 2 cards from your hand. All lands become 3/3s. Oh, that's scary. Okay.
I will go to combat and swing for 1.
Take 1.
Pass turn to you.
Untap, upkeep, draw, main 1. Pass to you. Oh, I'll discard counterspell.
Alright, untap, upkeep, draw, main 1. Oh my gosh. I'll play a forest. And then, I mean, I may as well just go for the damage, I guess. I have to pay 1, 2, 3. Tap, discard a plains and an island. And then all my lands, I'm targeting myself, become 3/3s. So I don't know the best way to do this.
Creature lands somehow. It's fine.
Can I just like...
It's yours. It's yours.
Okay.
It's over.
So it would have been 10 damage, and then you basically would have had to deal with it next turn with like how many lands coming at you. Yeah.
It was not happening.
I'm so curious to see what your deck actually does, because you have a lot of counter magic.
It's actually tragic. Yeah, anyways, 20 lands, like, sure. I had another land in my hand that I couldn't play. I won't reveal that, but I couldn't play it. There were ways that I could have easily played it, and then there were other things I could have got. Yeah, it was bad. It was really bad.
I trust your process, I guess.
Starting off season 2 with a let's go into game 2.
Okay.
And hopefully I'll give you a run for your money.
Okay. See you in game 2, sir. All right, so we're going to make some decisions based off some intel that Kurin gave us. We haven't really seen what his deck is, but based on the conversations we were having in-game, I'm pretty sure he's playing his enchantment deck. I don't really know what his win condition is because he said it was going to surprise me, and I also know he's probably not running a lot of creatures unless he got like a ton of creatures in his hand. So I ended up removing quite a bit of the mass creature removal in favor for something to deal with enchantments. Specifically, I got rid of Wrath of God, Solar Tide, and replaced it with Multani's Decree and Aura Mutation. So single target enchantment removal as well as board wiping enchantment removal as well. Give us some options in that game. I also opted to play some counter spells. I saw he was playing a lot of counter magic, so maybe having some counter spells in my pocket might be a good way to deal with that as well. Those counter spells ended up replacing these Troublesome Spirits, which I kind of threw in there as cheap flyers because I figured if I'm making all my lands creatures anyways and attacking, and then the downside of Troublesome Spirit wouldn't be too bad, and it's a 4 mana 3/4 flyer. Maybe something that could have got around or acted as a blocker or something, but I just don't think if he has a low creature count that it matters too much. It does slim us down to 10 creatures, which I'm a little concerned about, but we do have, you know, our deranged hermits can generate squirrels, our squirrel wranglers can generate squirrels, Joriel makes our lands attack. We also have got Crush of Worms, which is also creating things. 1 Dozen Eyes is also creating things. So we are getting creatures in other ways. Hopefully this is okay. We'll see if Kurin can kind of pull it together for the second game, and at least we can see what the heck his deck is trying to do. All right, see you in game 2.
Holy hell, that was fucking abysmal. Am I crazy in thinking that, like, that was really bad luck for the draw? We had welding jars in our deck, chrome moxes that could have paired with the Glimmer Void. We could have got a serum powder in our opening hand and mulliganed it. It's 12 out of 60. Not the most likely, but it could have helped. Any other lands other than Glimmer Void would have helped us at least counter some of his stuff with memory lapses. Oh, it was brutal. It was really brutal. If we had been able to get to 3 mana for storage, Matrix might have bought us some time. Very bad. I'm gonna see what we have in our sideboard for this, but I'm not feeling too good about it. All right, so difficult choices, but I took out the Curse Scroll and the Hurricane for a War Tax and Propaganda. If he's going like creature lands, go wide sort of strategy, these 2 cards are gonna hose him pretty badly. For example, you know, if he does that thing he just did to us where he made a bunch of 3/3 land creatures, Propaganda is gonna make it so they basically can't attack because they are the lands. They are the things that he needs to make the mana. So I think that'll be better. Hurricane is a little risky. I think he could be playing Arcades and such in this deck still, so I'm a little hesitant to take this out, but I think that these 2 are the easiest cuts without impacting our game plan too much. So I really hope we can get at least a game 3 because I want this deck to do something, and I do think it can. I do think it can do something. We didn't even get a crop rotation. We didn't get anything last game. So wish me luck, guys. We're gonna go into game 2 feeling positive. It's time to trick or trap Colin here. Wish me luck. That was fucking miserable.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal.
That was probably one of the worst single games we've had in any progression series match.
Dude, I think it was so much counter magic in your hand. You were like ready to play defense.
Well, with this mulligan system, it's like, in theory, with 20 lands, statistically, you should have 4 lands in your opener. Like, statistically. I'm not saying I should, but even 3 would have been better than the 1 and the non-land I could play. And then it was filled with just like everything else I just couldn't play. It was, I was looking at my deck in the sideboard, and I'm going like, oh, it really was that bad. It really was that bad.
Well,
but
yeah, I hope it comes around in this one then.
I will do my best. Wish you luck, man. I'm hoping I can give you something competitive here, so let's get to it.
Yeah, let's draw these.
Oh, this
12.
is a billion times better. It's not even close.
Good.
So those watching, we have this choice to make, and I don't think we need to be honest. I don't think we need to. I think this is pretty strong. We have some sideboard tech. We have this and a mana to play it. Do we have this?
All right, so I am going to be removing these 5 cards on my left here, which probably like screen right, I think. No, it would be screen left in the edit, but I think the other cards give us a bit of a faster start. Definitely not as good as last time, but you know, we'll roll with the punches. We'll see how it goes.
Okay, sorry. So we're gonna use this card for, we're gonna use this card for this card into this card into that card. Hope we draw into something in the meantime. This is a terrible idea. I think we're gonna lose game 2. I'm gonna go put these 5 back. Not confident, but we'll see. Okay. All right.
There's a big shift in confidence there.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
You are going first though. I
am going first, and untap, upkeep, main 1. I guess I don't need to show my hand too quickly here. I'm gonna throw down Urza's Mine. I'll pass to you.
Oh, I might have made a miscalculation.
I hope you did.
Oh no. Okay. Upkeep. Draw.
That was my only blue and green deck from last season.
I might have misremembered. I'll play an island and pass.
Okay. Untap.
I was like green and blue, enchantment colors. No.
Main 1. It's actually a pretty good draw. It's not bad. This works well with this. I'm gonna go Seed of the Synod.
Okay.
And I'm gonna play Chrome Mox, which is a card I haven't played yet. Moxes are good. When Mox comes into play, remove a non-artifact non-land card in my hand from the game. It taps for the imprinted card's colors. So I'm gonna exile Crop Rotation.
Interesting.
And basically that lets me, this turns into a Mox Emerald.
Okay.
And then I'm going to tap that for 3, and I'm going to cast Serum Powder. Another card we have. Yeah. I was debating. I had this in my opening. I was debating doing because we never tried it with the partials of
right.
exile 12, draw 12 is like pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But also, yeah. So anyways, I'm going to do that. And you know what? Just to protect myself a bit, I'm also going to drop a welding jar. Okay. Which I can sacrifice to regenerate an artifact. And I'll pass to you.
Okay. On your end step, I'll brainstorm.
Okay.
There's a lot of things just happened.
Yeah, it's kind of a turn.
Oh, this sucks.
I think I'm in a good position. I think my deck's working. We'll see. We'll see what you do.
See what I do. See what you do. There's a moth on my microphone. Hello. Goodbye. Don't really need 2 of those. But that card is absolutely useless right now. So throw that back. And then I guess just throw that back. All right. Untap, upkeep, draw, main 1. Unfortunately, I can't play like 17 mana rocks. So my brainstorms should be in there. Interesting. See if regenerate target artifact. I might get donked here. I don't know. I'll play Yavimaya Coast. I don't really have anything up my sleeve right now. I'm missing my ramp. It's a problem.
Yeah, that's fair. Untap, upkeep, draw. The issue for me now is...
What's the payoff?
Do you have counter spells?
Do I have counter spells?
I don't know. I'm gonna drop a Yavamaya's Coast.
You gotta respect it, right?
I guess I do. You probably have counter spells.
At any point, did Arcades run counter magic? Is he that kind of guy?
That kind of guy. Okay. We'll go 1, 2, 3. We're going slow. We're going to take this slow. I'm going to throw down my first piece of annoyance here. It's a card I opened in 9th edition here. Storage Matrix.
Okay.
So as long as Storage Matrix is untapped, each player chooses artifact, creatures, or lands during their untap step. They can only untap permanents of the chosen type.
Okay. That's annoying.
I'll pass to you.
All right. I guess I'll choose land.
Yeah. You don't have to now, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm on my untap step. I have to choose something, but
yeah,
it's not a May.
True.
I'll play Plains and play a Soul Warden and pass turn there.
Okay. Untap, upkeep.
That's an interesting
draw,
card, actually.
Main 1.
I weirdly found it while I was building this deck, and I was like, oh, maybe there's a way to make this work. But
which one?
Storage Matrix.
Oh, you got that as well? Yeah. It's definitely a stacks piece.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But it works in this case because I can at least untap my lands while other people can untap their creatures.
Yeah.
But I need to think about my artifacts too.
I'm guessing you chose, for your untap, I guess you chose lands?
Oh, yeah, I choose lands. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
You know what? You have a counter spell, you have a counter spell. I think this will be funny if you don't. So I'm going to pay 3, 4.
Okay.
And I'm going to actually 3, 4, and I'm gonna cast. You know, Colin. Mana. We here at the Barony of Lang, we know we have very ancient and important traditions. And you know, when I opened these cards the first time, I knew for certain I had to play them one day because in an age of war, time is not measured by sand, but by blood. I'm gonna cast Blood Clock.
Oh, what the hell is this?
At the beginning of each player's upkeep, they must return a permanent they control to their hand or take 2 life.
Bro.
Yeah, I thought you had the counter.
Get it out of here.
I already do.
I hate it. I hate it. In this deck? Hell no. I mean, this deck wouldn't be that bad if I got ramp going.
Yeah.
Because it's just return to your hand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, easy. Yeah, okay. Untap, upkeep, draw.
Easy.
Main 1. Oh, I chose land.
Yeah, it's fine. I assumed.
Okay, now we're starting to cook with some bacon here. I will pay 3 to play Kodama's Reach. I guess I want a Plains, technically, and let's get an island. Do I want to attack? Is the 1 damage worth it? Nah, I'll pass.
Untap, upkeep, draw, main 1.
Oh, did you choose land or artifact? Because it would have mattered.
Yeah, I had to pick I would have picked land. Yeah. Okay. So I will play Glimmer Void, which is the land I had last game, which I was completely stuck on.
Yeah, you could have played it.
I could have. Actually, now that I think about it, I guess it is at end of turn, but I don't think it mattered. I don't think it mattered. Yeah, I'll just pass 2.
Okay. I will choose land, untap, upkeep, draw, main 1. I'll play my Plains. Guess I'll do it. If you have the counter spell, that's fine. Pay 5, take 1, play the man, the myth, the legend.
Ye old hermit.
Does he land?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Why not?
Squirrels.
Here's the thing though, it's funny. I guess
I gain 5 life off this.
Oh, yeah, you do. You gain, yeah. Oof.
Bing, 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 bing. Curious what your win condition is, because you said I'd be surprised, but I'll pass there.
If it ever comes up. Sure. Untap, upkeep, draw, main 1. I guess that is fine. Oh, sorry, what was my did I untap?
Artifact, probably?
Yeah, I guess I would have untapped the artifact, yeah. I'm gonna take some damage. Let's go personal tutor to search for a sorcery and stack it. Does that resolve?
Yeah, go for it. Show me your sorcery that you want to play so I can counter it next turn.
Cool, yeah. Well, hopefully not, because you're gonna have to pay for that hermit.
It depends what your sorcery is.
Yes, that's true. I think I'm gonna grab a transmute artifact.
Okay, interesting.
And put it on top.
Immediately place it into play here.
Yeah, it's basically sack an artifact, go for your deck for any artifact, and then pay the difference.
Do you get a Darksteel Colossus in your 9th?
Maybe.
Indestructible regenerate, that would be a nightmare to deal with.
Or Masticore even.
True, you have like 8
Pass
of
to
them.
you. Yeah.
I mean, I guess I'll choose to untap lands.
Sure. Pay for the hermit.
That is the question. If you have a Masticore coming out, is it worth it?
It's a lot easier to ping squirrels off when they're 1/1.
It's true. I just don't know if I can run you with this Gambit, because it's only 10 damage. Then I guess it puts you in the back foot. But then I'm stuck untapping my creatures, which is not fun for my future plans.
Do you play for the future or do you play for the present?
I think the question is, do I think I can kill you with the squirrels alone? That seems ambitious.
I cannot comment on the matter.
I mean, it puts more pressure on you, and I have like way bigger swings I could do after, in theory. Yeah, fuck it. I'll trust my boy.
Pay for it?
Yeah, I'll pay the 1. It's the, I have to pay the exact cost. Yes, I do take the 1.
Yeah.
Okay. So upkeep, and I draw, main 1. Guess I'll play a forest. Look at some untapped land, which is nice. And yeah, I'll go to combat and we'll swing with the squad for 10.
Okay, take 10.
Thank God you never destroy all attacking creatures. I'm like, well, interesting that you brought back this deck. I guess it's 2 colors.
It is 2 colors, yeah.
It makes sense. It's guild ready.
End of your turn, I will pay green and I'll crop rotate. I'll sacrifice the Seed of the Synod.
To get your mana potion, the extra secret color.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a tower and I have to shuffle. I'll take my turn. Untap, I'll pick lands. Upkeep, draw. All right, I will unfortunately have to pass it off to you here.
Really interesting. So you have to have an answer for the swing, basically. But I guess I just force you to play your 1-card answer, which is Transmute Artifact.
Perhaps.
I mean, there's nothing else in your hand. Yeah, I guess I'll untap creatures.
Okay. I guess you just could group select the lands and lock them or something. Oh, there we go.
And then draw. Ooh, that's great, actually. I'll play Island. And yeah, we'll go to combat, swing for the 10. Show me what you got. Damn.
You win. This deck is way too slow for this.
All it took was a cleric and some squirrels.
Although to be honest, if you didn't counter Blood Clock, I don't think it mattered. I drew in a Blood Clock. I didn't draw Transmute Artifacts. I shuffled my deck with Crop Rotation. And I had to shuffle my deck with Crop Rotation because I don't have any artifact creatures to transmute into.
Oh, I see. Damn.
Yeah, my deck was very questionable. I just think it's too slow. What a womp womp, but at least I gotta play some new cards. Yeah, so this was Tron Smash turned into Tron Trick or Treat. I got 2 copies of Booby Trap.
Okay.
And so I wanted to play Booby Trap. I'll let you read that one.
That's pretty funny. That's a very Colin card.
Yeah. I couldn't help myself. I'm like, okay, I can like transmute artifact or reshape into the Booby Trap. And then my whole deck, I had 3 memory lapse.
Right.
One hinder and 2 copies of where were they? Temporal Spring.
Yeah, Temporal Spring's great.
So one of these cards basically puts a card on top of your library that I know about.
Then to draw and then booby trap it.
Booby drop. Yeah.
I see you.
I see you brought the Arcades deck back. or should I say the Bant deck that no longer has Arcades in it? Did
No,
you sign him out, or is he...
Arcades is in my hand right now. I wouldn't abandon Arcades. I need my general.
Do you just have the one of them now in there?
Yeah, I put him as my general.
Fair.
Spirit animal.
Oh, Squirrel Wranglers.
The whole strat was to basically flood the board until I got 2 natural affinities, which are these like instances where it's until end of turn all lands become 2/2 creatures that are still lands, and then basically just land out, swing out, just fucking Royal Rumble it. Because like I'm basically vomiting out lands. I'll probably always have more, and then just like a shitload of card draw, a shitload of ramp, and then like some token generation.
1 dozen eyes. What the hell is this?
It's an interesting card actually.
It's
is 6 mana, put a 5/5 green beast creature token into play, or 5/1/1 insects, or you can entwine it for 8.
True. Yeah.
Or entwine it for 9. Sorry.
Hey, what is this Caracas doing in here?
Oh, is there a Karak? Oh shit. Sorry, I just ported my lands over.
Judge.
I ported my lands over from the other one. I didn't even double check it.
Hey, that's so funny. That's okay. Well, we have finished episode 1. Colin has managed to not only take the episode, but embarrass me along the way. But I can't be too upset because, you know, I was living my dream of booby trapping his deck. And, you know, maybe one day it'll work. Maybe one day it'll work.
Living your best life, you know?
I'm living my best booby trap life. Trying to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Lay down some trap cards. Yeah, I mean, it's one of my deck boxes, so maybe I'll find a way to make it work with some of these new sets coming out.
It's true. It's Simic. There's some
It is
Simic
Simic.
tech.
It is Simic.
You're closer to a guild than I am right now.
That is true. You're waiting for Lara over there. But,
exactly. Yeah. I'm playing the long con.
That's right. After 9th edition, we are entering our favorite block of all time, Ravnica, City of Guilds. It's going to be super fun to open. I can't wait to get the nostalgia blast. I'm sure it'll be super.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be the first set really for you, Colin, that was when you started.
Totally. Yeah, this is going to be a trip down memory lane. I'm going to have to, I'll probably end up making some bad decks if I get certain cards that I love to play.
That's true. Well, the first set will be, if I'm not mistaken, the first guild pairings, because Ravnica is all dual colored focused, is Celestia green and white, Dimir black and blue, Boros red and white, and Golgari black and green. I think those are the first 4.
Okay.
And then we get 3 more guilds in the following 2 sets. So
got you.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting.
Yeah.
And I very much look forward to seeing. Maybe we can make a gentleman's agreement to make a guild deck one way or another.
A guild deck?
To the next episode. Why don't we have
we have to pick a guild.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be one that's in that set, but at least has to be a double pairing.
Right.
Deck.
Got you.
Maybe we can make a gentleman's agreement for that. But
yeah.
For now, we will continue to traverse the multiverse. You know, we here at Filthy Casuals are continuing to untap, unkeep, undraw, and be terribly inefficient. And Colin, you know, I'm happy we got back together to do this episode in the season so that we can continue to tip our cards sideways. And we very much hope that you'll continue to tip alongside us. And here's a tip. If you see a 6-mana artifact that's questionable, maybe don't play it. Maybe don't build your whole deck around it. Maybe don't pivot one of your strategies that existed towards it. Or maybe you do. Maybe you do it for the memes. Maybe do it for the memes.
Play what you love. And what I love is Deranged Hermit, and it's a good card.
It turns out what you love is better than what I love, unfortunately.
Squirrels reclaimed nature today.
Yeah. Well, next time I'm going to be coming at it a little more focused. So
I know. I'm convinced you can make your booby trap deck work. You keep trying.
I think I can.
I believe
I will.
The whole season.
All season, every episode, booby trap.
Yeah, booby trap for days.
But one day I'll booby trap Colin, but for now, we were going to have to just booby trap ourselves as we could reverse the multiverse. This week, we are probably back in Dominaria with this core set. But next episode, we will be going to a very large city called Ravnica. My name's Kurin.
My name's Colin.
And we will catch you guys in our next episode of Modern Progression Season 2. Bye! You know, Colin, I know what the next pivot of this has to be, this deck. Because I opened one card that I'm not sure you got another copy of. Do you know what that card is?
What?
Battle of Wits.
Oh my god.
I opened Battle
Dueling
of Wits.
Battle of Wits Demir decks next round.
Battle of Wits Urzatron. Somehow getting Urza in a 200 card deck. Can you...